England.
Okay, and how did it go? Was it all black people using that word, or one set of race of people? Or was it a mixture of crowd?
Well, it was Preston's community, so Preston is now a multicultural community. So we had people from the West Indies, the original ones, from Montserrat, Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, St. Vincent, Antigua.
Okay.
And we had Sikhs, Muslims, Hindus, black, white, mixed race. Everybody was there. Preston's community was there.
I'm older than you. I'm looking at my face, and I'm known that I'm older than you. So I'm going to
I think there's about 8 years between us.
So I think I should tell you a little story about the Windrush, if you'd allow me to.
Of course.
In the program, which is natural. This is not a makeup. This is what happened to me personally. Because I came to England in 1967. I was 11 years old. And I lived in the country in Jamaica with my grandmother until I was 11. Because I couldn't remember my mom. My mom left when I was young. So all the love and the granny treatment and the cooking and sewing and ironing and all them things.
So when you say she left to come to England?
Yes.
She didn't leave you, she just came to England first?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yes, it was like that. Apparently, my dad was also here. And he came before my old lady came. My father was a carpenter, and he built houses and shops and this and that in Jamaica. And he heard that they was asking for people to come to England to build the country up, because the country was smashed up by Germany, and it's allied that smashed up the country with their war program. We never know. I never know anything about the war, because I don't think I was old enough, but I know about the Windrush, well, close to the Windrush, because I came on a ship called the Big Horner.
Right.
Yeah? Yeah, no, it wasn't a banana boat, really. Someone in the audience is saying that, but it's not a banana boat. It was all passenger, and I can tell you the story. Got on the ship. I came to Kingston. My family, my grandma and my relatives, we hire a truck them days. We never had no bus, such as. So they had a open back truck, and everyone fit in there. And we cook some food and bring it into some cooking things properly, so we eat on the way coming, because it was a lot of us. I was thinking I'm going to another world, you know what I mean? Because that's what it applies to me, them times, at 11 years old.
Well, it's the motherland.
Yeah. I thought.
Did you look at England as being the motherland at the time?
If I say some things, man, I'll tell you. Yeah, it will like they bring me to war.
Right.
Yeah, because when I come here,
and this is Britain, 1967.
Yes. I came to Birmingham, and I went to a school called Lazarus Road Boys School before them start building motorways and all these flyovers. You know, they bring there. Got there for 1 week, and contention began. I stood in a line. That's all I did. When the bell ring, the teacher said, "When the bell ring, do you understand?" Because they think we never speak English, or we didn't understand. When the bell ring, you must form a line. So I did. And this geezer come and he says, "Can you scrap?" And I looked at him. I didn't understand that word. So I stood there and he punched me right in my mouth. Yeah? And blood started coming out of my mouth. And this was a white guy. I'm not being racist.
No,
but it's just natural.
It's 1967. Was there?
So I thought,
just wait. Was there many other black
yeah.
guys at your school at the time?
4.
4, right? Okay.
I make number 4.
Right.
Yeah, and I fought them. But them other guys, them sort of, they were been there longer than me. So think they must have either swallow it up or behave differently. I never behave anyway. But after this geezer punched me in the mouth, I thought to myself, this cannot go on. This is not fair. I never come to fight in the school. I come to try and learn some lesson. And I look onto those things first before I punch him down. You understand it? Yeah, I'm saying that was a difference. You know what I mean? It's not nice to say.
So did you get into trouble for punching him?
Oh, Jesus. You know what? They see the blood coming out of my mouth. And the man looked at me and said, me start the trouble first. And all the line of people did that. And I said, please go and ask them. He would not believe me. Yeah?
And
The
nobody,
headmaster- the
and nobody
headmaster.
stood up for you.
I'm dead now, him called Mr. Langley. Me never forget him. I could never forget him. Come like the devil in my life. You know? And I'm not going to hold back what's happened to me and disguise anything. I'm not telling any lies. And if they want to prosecute, them can ask. Them all broke down the school, and I thank God when I reached Bristol the other day. Them said, they mashed down the school where you used to go. And them put it in a farm. I went and took a picture, and I smiled to God and said, thank you, God.
How long were you there for?
5 years. Like hell.
Was it? That
Hell.
bad?
Yeah? When I leave
So
that...
67 to 72.
Yeah. When I leave school, I became an independent person after a while of the divorce of my parents. I have to grow up. And that was another leaf of madness.
Did you find that a lot of black guys from your age group had similar stories?
Yeah. Lots of them. That's why some of them stuck in at the book shop all know at a whole age and sitting down and thinking. You know what them did there? You think them want to gamble? Them wishing or hoping that them could win some enough money and leave this place. It's not because black people want to gamble or go in a bookie shop to sit down. Because them look at this as you're looking at a point blank wall and there's no other needs. And you don't want to go back to Jamaica shame. You don't want to be going to this government and say, oh, beg on my fear for go home.
So let me ask you. There's a lot of West Indians from the 60s that never went back. Are you saying the reason why they didn't go back was because they didn't make it here?
Yes.
And didn't want to go back to Jamaica or the West Indies looking like a failure? 1,000,000%.
I am right. If I could get the audience in the world to listen to me and say, who they are England or whosoever in certain part of the world where is depression. I don't know the rest of the world. I know about here. But how the depression for us going on, and people who came here with high hopes, and when you come and you see and you trap and you can't move, you're in despair, and sometimes it drives to madness. You know what them call it after? Schizophrenic. And I don't think so much black people have schizophrenic.
Do you think the reason why a lot of black men from that era are angry is because of the experience they've had?
Yes.
Rather than the fact that they are schizophrenic?
Yes. Very much so. From when you come here, you wasn't welcome. Though them come, the Queen beg you to say, come into the country. But you wasn't welcome by the English. Yeah.
But the story about Windrush is that before Windrush, when the Second World War was on, there was a lot of West Indians came up to England to fight for Britain.
Yeah.
And they was welcome then.
Yeah.
But once they went back to the West Indies and they got invited back, they weren't as welcome as they were when they were fighting for the war.
Yes. It's only because they had a uniform on, and then they didn't see them as a black. They saw the uniform. Yeah. And the uniforms, you know what the uniform stands for the country. So they didn't see them as black people at that time or as a threat. Yeah. But when we start coming here, they feel it was a threat. You know what I mean?
But that's one of the reasons why last year I decided that on June the 22nd, because last year it was 65 years. It doesn't get acknowledged in this country that those brave first 497 West Indians come into this country with £5 in the pocket to help to build Britain back. Don't get acknowledged for it.
Exactly.
And I thought it's time that they did get acknowledged.
They should get
And so in Little Preston,
unrecognized.
Yeah, exactly. So because my parents came here, just like yours did, built Britain back up, made it a better place to live. And nobody acknowledges it. So I decided that Windrush 65 was going to be the first time in Preston that we acknowledged those brave first 497.
It's a good thing to remember them, because if we don't, then no one will.
And that's what I'm saying. You've got a unique story there about coming to Britain as a young West Indian boy, 1967.
Yeah.
Going through the struggle, fighting
Yeah.
through the struggle for 5 years.
Yeah.
So much so that even 30, 40 years later,
It
you
does.
you
It
still
affects.
feel it.
Yeah.
You still feel the
Yeah.
pain.
I try to block it out.
Mm.
It affects my family life. It affects me.
Did it affect you when you was going for work in the 70s when you left school? 80s?
Yeah. I wanted to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
That was my plan. This is a true story. I never did want to stay after I got punched in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I got, them days, them used to carry fire coal on them back because they never had radiators in this country.
Yeah.
That's why the place have chimney.
Yeah.
So them have a house where them bring a fire, the man bring the coal upon them back and them walk around the backyard and dump it in there.
Mm-hmm.
I took myself in that fireplace for 6 weeks, every day, when I was off on school holiday, I want to go home, and I cried. This is how I catch a chest cough right now I'm suffering from, because I took myself hiding somewhere. I just didn't want to stay. I'd want to be out of here, you know. So when I went in the dark, I couldn't see outside. So my whole mind would say to me, well, you could be in Jamaica because it's dark.
Right.
You understand me?
Yeah.
That's how I block out my mind. But it never worked. You know?
So when you came to Preston, we've got a small black community here. Did you find making friends a lot easier?
Preston people are nice people, man. Because when I come here, I was young. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. I was young. I met my family. Made lots of friends. I had friends all over the place through music as well. But Preston is a special place for me. You know, I always will remember, you know, I don't like staying over time when I'm come up here, especially when I broke more and go back home. Understand? I go back home. It's just like that in Jamaica now to me.
Yeah.
You know, because I went down to Jamaica the other day and had a lovely time. You know, I look at the trees. I was talking to the trees. You know, because I remember that same tree.
Do you find that you appreciate the greenery of it?
Yes.
The richness of it?
Yes.
More now than you did when you was a youngster?
Yes. It's more tranquility is there. So much there that if I could put it all in a suitcase, I swear to you, I would bring a lot of that back with me and put it in my house. Because I don't think people would understand what I'm trying to say. And I hope that a lot of people do. Because tranquility is not here. Yeah? Tranquility is, they think it's in your mind. You have to have it around you so your mind can be satisfied. So you have a lot of black people now with them written off, so-called. You understand? And it's not such a schizophrenic thing. It's more than wishing that they wasn't here. In certain circumstances happen to them.
You sound like you're homesick yourself, Father.
I'm sick, man. I wish if the government, if them tell me, say, yo, you have to leave our country, I'll go to be the first person. Because my children them grow up, I'll be on the plane first. And my children know that. Because me always tell them, say, one day I want to go back to my country. I wasn't born here. I love the surrounding, but not a lot of things that happen to me. It's a very bad experience.
Have you taken your children to show them where they come from?
Oh, yeah.
And how was that experience for you?
Oh, yeah. They've got it on video, man. It was a joy for me.
Yeah.
It was a joy for me. Some of them, you know, not all of them. But it was a joy for me. Because it's like, so boy, I live again.
Yeah.
And we just live again. You know what I mean? It was a joy. But
so did they meet the grandparents and
my grandmother was dead at the time.
right?
And this is one person I always will miss until I die, and even so, because she taught me a lot. And I had to go back with the next generation behind where me have to show them where I'm coming from.
Was it your generation? Was a lot of your generation brought up by the grandparents?
100%, 100. Every man not my age
Is that because everybody came up to England?
Yes, because the parents of my people came because they was asked to come here. No one store away and pay illegally them thing there like what them a do all over the place and come here. Everyone pay them. You know what them charge me to come here?
No.
£70. Yeah,
I bet you wish it was £70 now.
Hey, listen, me go to Jamaica the other day and they nearly kill me with money. I said, that's so you. I said to the man, the first time I travel on the boat, and I come on a boat, £70. Why you are charge me so much money now? You know, man? And it's still me.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's still me. Yeah, but £70 no one or nothing.
Yeah, but back then, what's the £70 equivalent of what? I wouldn't even like to guess.
But I don't even know because them days they used to have sixpence and threepence, you know. And good things about how we get to know those money is my granny used to teach me. Yeah? And she used to call the sixpence, because she had no tooth, she had one tooth. She said, it's a tickspence. Yeah. I said, wait there, Mom. And it was a shiny tickspence. Okay.
So
and then they had one then called the threepence with a whole heap of part on it. Looked like a 50p piece.
Yeah, I remember it.
You know what I mean? Long time, not sure.
Yeah, I remember
But it looks like we're getting old, Adrian.
Well, it's better than not getting old. Let me tell you that, Father Ray. So when you got your £70 and you're coming to England, how long did it take you to get from Jamaica to Birmingham?
Gosh, this is a new leaf, I'm going to tell you now. It's a story that you will never, ever, ever hear from anyone. And this is a true story. God alone was there with me. Yeah? And I will tell you the story. The story comes, I got a letter from England, a telegram, that my mother booked my flight to come to England. So we have to go to Chinese passport office in Kingston to get my passport sorted. I was a smart little fella, and I swear, if I show you my passport, you see how sweet I was. I had a bow tie on. Cute, innocent person.
I should think so. You was only 11 years old.
Look at 11-year-old them over here. You think them cute? Eh? You think them cute? Answer, yeah, eh? And all right, let me go and treat it now. We'll go back to the story. So we go up and we come to Kingston. After we get the passport sorted, my grandmother carried me to Kingston. Them times I used to go to Kingston, but I never went to the wharf where the ship come in before. I used to go to Higla, because she was a Higla. She used to sell fruits, vegetables, and so to make ends meet in the countryside, and also we work the land. Yeah? Anyway, she said to me, come, we have to go to Kingston, we cook and everything, them set up. The family taking me to Kingston, so I cried. I didn't want to come. Ball, but them pay £70, and that £70 is big money. You have to go. But run away in the fight. Did you know that I run away before I have to come here?
No.
Run away. My granny run me down and tell me, say, your mother paid the money. You have to go to England. So I come. I come with myself, and when I come upon the ship, Lord, when I see this ship here, I've never ever seen a ship in my life at them time. Yeah? I never even see the sea. Because I lived in Clarendon, and the only time we go to... Most people in Clarendon all know them never go all seaside. So I'm not ashamed to say that. Because I never go on no seaside when me a young boy at them time. I used to go to the river.
So when you say you was on your own, that you was literally they put you on the ship on your own?
Well, my sister supposed to come, and she said she never come, and she run away too. And she never come. You understand? So only me, you want come. Anyway, we go up on the ship. Go to Kingston the first thing. We carry me yam, banana, and all them things.
Give you a little box too.
Yeah, my cartoon box them days. Because me never know if food there. Yeah. And me go on a long journey, I could starve and all them. I think of that at that age, you know. And also, me have all orange did in there. Because granny pick some orange off of the nice neighbor orange tree outside the house in Jamaica and put it in my box. And I put it like a parcel and I bring in it. And well, may I tell you a little joke? This is a serious thing, but a joke. A serious thing that happened to me. In the past, I carry one piece of yellow yam. The yam, because the box have a hole. So a piece of my yam drop out. Sorry. I never see the yam, but my granny said, look, you drop piece of yam. And I put on the box and said to her, it has come from too far. I am not going to leave it. In fact, no, that was when I come to England. But before I get to that part, I will tell you how I got here. So I got on the ship. And when we get to Kingston, I cry, see him out of the truck. My granny hold me on. And I say, well, me I go miss you, Mama. And she said, you have to go. And me have a white kerchief. She said, me I climb, me see the ladder them up on the side of the ship. I was going up. I said, Lord, my neck. And so me I look back there, my neck broke back. Because me couldn't see the end of this thing. And I think it's a house. Me say, me nah go up on that, Mama. She said, Lord, you have to go up on. Me say, I go sink and me can't swim. And you what? My grandfather did tell me, say, when you go to England, shark I go near me. I'm afraid of that. Trust me, I never forget that. So I got on this thing with them say, the big owner. I read them know who me attack, man. This is not a joke, because it's in my passport. I say, Lord, Mama, me now go up on this thing here. It a go sink. She said, no, go on up. So I go up on top and I go up and I say to her, how me I go see you? She said, take out your white kerchief. And when you go up on top, a kerchief is a hanky, man. You understand? That's a Jamaican talk. When you go up on top, wave your white kerchief and I will see you. I know, yeah. I thought of some comfort that would give me comfort by just saying that and knowing now going to make no difference. We go up on top. And we start to wave and the ship have a sound. We go, bump. Miss Lord, a pure ball in me start cry. Every time that sound come, bump. And me stand up and just a wave to Granny, tell me no see Jamaica, no more of me one alone upon this. Fuck.
It is emotional. The memories. All right, well, thank you guys. Thanks, Father A, for sharing those stories. Really appreciate it. But I think you should write it down and we should have it in a book.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't apologize for emotions. This is what I've been telling people for years, that the story should be told. Because if you don't tell it and other people don't tell it, it's lost forever.
I think this is a part of helping me then out out of my system to the whole wide world. Because it's not something I'm ashamed of.
And you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We should be ashamed that we're not telling the story, if anything.
I'm sorry if I'm...
No, it's good.
If I'm shedding tears.
No.
But
I don't think you should apologize. But thank you anyway.
I know this place place helped me, but you know, that's how it is.
Thank you anyway.
Yeah.